CSSP gave me the tools, showed me some of the landmines we were facing that we didn't know we were facing, and helped me build a network to really put the society on a firm financial foundation. And it is still thriving today. So I think it gave me the tools to do the best job I could as president. As a woman scientist and a woman leader, it was an incredibly supportive organization that opened doors for me through its other members. When I sent letters out for a position that I was very interested in, it was my colleagues in CSSP that did some of the editing and gave me advice. It is the network that, as a president of a laboratory today, I still call on my colleagues, sometimes to vent, sometimes to ask for advice. But there's no question in my mind, I would not be a president and CEO of a laboratory today if it wasn't for the experience I got at CSSP. It just really opened my eyes to how science is done in the US, and the challenges and opportunities. So I would recommend membership to CSSP because so few of us, when we are elected to these offices, have really had to confront the issues that suddenly are on our plate as presidents. So for example, nonprofit law. How many of us are experts on nonprofit law? Well, you don't have to be, because you can go to a CSSP meeting. We frequently bring nonprofit lawyers in that provide guidance and experience. And so it can really open up a network of expertise that you need to do the best job you can for the society. And a big part of it is to help you identify the issues you don't even know to look for. And that was definitely the experience that I had. So hands down, the best part of the leadership workshops are seeing the people that really become your support system, both as president of a society, but then for many of us that choose to go into leadership full time, that's who you call on. So CSSP meetings are 2 meetings that I do not miss every year. And my favorite part of it has been just interacting with all the other members. They are my cohort. They are the people I turn to for advice and their expertise. And a very close second are the just incredible mind-expanding talks. Nobel laureates, senators, captains of industry. They really give a perspective that as a scientist, we don't often get at our own specialty meetings. And it's like brain candy. It's wonderful. So I've been going to CSSP meetings since 2008. And in those early meetings, I think the greatest thing that I pulled out of it is I learned to walk into meetings that were a sea of men in suits and feel like I deserved and had earned a place at the table. And it is because the community and the ethos of CSSP is to be welcoming and to be inclusive. Now CSSP meetings are no longer, seas of men in suits. There are, much more women leaders now. And so over the last, 13 years, I'm very happy to say that there are many more women leaders in science today. I think CSSP can claim some credit for that because they were so supportive to women members early on. So I don't get that same sense, but it was very important to me early in my foray into leadership to be so welcomed in those early days. And I will always be very grateful to CSSP for that. I think one of the greatest impacts that CSSP has been, either as a leader in the society or as a leader in general in the organization that I head up now, has been some of the talks we've heard over the years about scientific communication. So I'm an oceanographer. Climate change is central to the kind of work I do and the kind of work that the organization I lead does. And it is a very fraught topic to discuss with the public and with political leaders, state leaders. what CSSP did was bring in scientists that study the science of communication to teach us how best to communicate to different groups, what's most effective. And it was really a game changer in how I approached public discussions and discussions with political leaders. So in terms of a tangible benefit CSSP gave to the society when I was first president, was I remember sitting there in a talk about nonprofit tax laws and with the president-elect of the society. And they were talking about the difference between contractors and employees and the very large tax implications of if you are categorizing someone incorrectly. I recall looking over at the president-elect and thinking to myself, we are in trouble because this is a great risk for the society that could have profound financial implications if we don't correct this and correct it soon. I would never have known that that was even a risk if it hadn't been for that talk at CSSP.